Welcome back. I am PJ.
And I'm Tommy.
And you are listening to the Episodic Anime Podcast. And this week we are covering My Hero Academy Season 6, Episode 7. And I gotta say, it opened up in a way I didn't think it would. It opened up with a helicopter flying over the battle zone and it kind of explaining some stuff about, like, showing parents of the heroes, All Might sitting in a chair with Yuri, and kind of just filling us in on a couple things. I felt like it was just like a little recap. But then after that, it jumps over to Gran Torino still being super confused about why there's Nomu. And how the doctor was talking about how there's multiple Nomu that were kind of everywhere and not just at the hospital. But then it pans over to Shigaraki still fighting Endeavor and the number 10 hero, which I have to say Shigaraki kind of had a cocky smile on his face right before he throws Endeavor down to the ground with the other hero and lands on top of him and immediately went, which arm was it? Was it this arm? And raises his arm up, mocking Endeavor. Which then Shigaraki Endeavor knocks him off, and then Shigaraki goes, Eraserhead, if you're taking my powers, I have to be in your eye shot, which means you're in my eye shot. And immediately goes after him, which you see other heroes kind of going to try and stop him because Eraserhead is one of the most valuable key players on the battlefield right now. When out of nowhere, Deku jumps into the fight to protect Eraserhead and headbutts Shigaraki, kind of just holding him there for a second, yelling how it's their turn to protect their teachers. Since their teacher does so much for them, the students should step up and do something for him. Which then, immediately, Deku jumps over him and grabs him with Black Whip as Bakugo goes smashing in there and does an ultimate attack on him. Which then starts a fight between Shigaraki and the students, which then Endeavor shows up and goes, I don't know why you're here fighting, but I'll help. Which then all three of them do a power move, which Bakugo jumps up, hits him with a huge hit from above, and then Deku kicks him, which then leads Endeavor into a huge fire attack on Shigaraki, which doesn't really do much to him. Kind of just, tosses him around a little bit. And that's kind of how Group A ended. And then it pans over to Group B, with Makia grabbing Spitter, Dabi, Toga, and Compress. Okay, well, then Dabi goes, hold on, big guy. We have to take one more person with you. And he grabs a long-haired guy who kind of has been running the show. Well, he's like the tech guy of the villains. Grabs him, and they all jump onto the back of him. And then they start sprinting out of... So then all of them are running out of the mansion, and you could just tell Team B is completely lost. They're trying everything to keep it contained, but nothing's working. Mount Lady is trying super hard to hold Makima back, but he's just bulldozing his way through. Not much can be done, which then Makima just grabs Mount Lady and tosses her like a rag doll. Like, he just grabs her leg, tosses her like it was nothing, which then Woods and Midnight were like, we have to stop him. Midnight rips part of her clothing off and goes, if you throw me, I can try and knock him out, which then Dabi was all over this and throws flames at the Wood Hero, but the Wood Hero gets Midnight thrown off just in time, and right when you think she's going to do it, Compressed throws 3 of his little beads at her and goes, not today. And Concrete flies out of him and knocks her to the ground. And they're just continuing on. But then Midnight uses her comm and comms over to the students and is telling Momo that she needs to make a sedative to knock out Makima, because we can't allow Makima to get over to the other group, or else it's going to be completely chaos and the villains will basically win the war. So she tells that, and then her comm cuts off because she has to fight a group of villains coming up, which kind of strikes a little fear into Momo. But Momo does what she does best and gathers herself and starts making all the sedatives and tells the other students that they can run. but she's going to stay and fight, which then all the other students are like, yeah, we're going to stay and fight and help you out. And she just gathers them, prepares them for battle, and that's basically how the episode ended.
All right, guys. Right now, we're going to actually begin talking Raw, which is where we go more in depth about the episode. However, this is only on Spotify, so if you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and head over there. However, if you don't want to head on over, then then continue listening for our predictions, which is coming up right now. Okay, I'm going to give a vague prediction. Who's to say it's going to happen next episode? But as we know, over at Group B, we have Gigantus Machina sprinting with League of Villains towards Group A. The Nomu came out and did jack. They didn't do anything. We thought they were going to care. Maybe they'll zoom in on that more in the next episode. They showed up, and they went, anyway, here's a fight with Shigaraki. And I went, cool. So as Gigantus Machina runs straight towards Group A, here's my thing. We're thinking of Group A, and we're thinking of Group B. However, in reality, there's 3 groups. There's Group C, which I'm going to say, or hell, we can even call it Group A.2, because it's all the other heroes with Shoto, just kind of chilling, putting all out. If the big guy is coming, those heroes are going to see that big guy, and they're going to go, oh no. Guess who else has a good ability to knock down Gigantus? I don't know. Maybe a man that can freeze him. Hey, Shoto, I think I know where you're at right now. My prediction is, in sometime in the future, who's to say next episode, but sometime in the future, Shoto's going to see the freak and go, I got to stop that guy. And he's going to go stop him with his ice, or at least trip him and buy him some time while they're fighting Shigaraki. So that's my prediction on what's happening over in that group, where they're doing literally nothing except for escorting hero or civilians. Going on Shigaraki stuff, let's see here. Shigaraki's throwing hands. I feel like they're going to slip up, and he's just going to manhandle Shigaraki. Or Shigaraki's going to manhandle Eraserhead. And then after that, it's over. And who's to say that's the next episode either? We're going to see some cool fight scenes. Maybe we're going to see some Nomu fights. We can't really go in depth in there. It's like, well, it's a fight. We can say who wins, but it won't be for another few episodes, especially if they're jumping around to other groups. Over at Group B, I don't know. Momo's going to try and sedate him, and maybe Shigaraki shows up and helps. Or not Shigaraki, Shoto shows up and help and freezes him or something. But I don't know. I don't think that's going to work. But, we can see it. We can see. Is there anything you have out of the ordinary for predictions?
There is. I just can't talk about Group B because I got something spoiled for me for next episode. So I'm gonna. I know. It sucks. It does suck. But so I'm gonna stick over in Group A.
Okay.
And I feel like Endeavor's gonna get hurt protecting the kids because he won't be able to focus on the battle with the other 2 there.
Really?
Yep. So I feel like it's going to come down to Bakugo and Midoriya fighting Shigaraki for a little bit.
Right.
Because Endeavor's going to try and jump in front of something to protect the boys.
Right.
Since Shigaraki is after Deku. Mm-hmm. And Shigaraki did state, why don't I just grab you and run?
Yeah.
So I feel like something like that's going to go down.
Yeah, I still stand with my previous prediction from last episode too, which is Gran Torino is going to get messed up. Probably killed, but probably not. I don't know. With Eraserhead kind of having him pinned, maybe he won't die, but I do feel like he's going to get messed up, especially since he knows about Deku. Bakugo knows about Deku, but he's not going to know. He knows about Deku, but Bakugo's not going to be the type of guy to take a hit for him just yet. And with Fire Endeavor, he's not going to go out his way to protect Deku. He's going to try. I agree with you like that. But with Gran Torino knowing, I feel like he's more likely to jump in and try to save him. So I'm sticking with mine from last episode. Gran Torino is going to probably get injured or messed up. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think that's going to do it. And I'll cover the middle part next time since I forgot. But let's hit him with that outro.
Oh, yeah. Outro. Let me just make a lot of noise with my mic. All right, anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like and subscribe. And if you're listening on Spotify, give us a 5-star. Any review would be appreciated, but we prefer a 5. Either way, whatever you're listening to, thank you guys so much for listening. And hopefully, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.